Hey Clinical Chemistry, it's Becky here. I just wanted to take a second to go over some of the APA lab reports and some questions that people have had as we've started to begin to do them. I found that some people are kind of complaining that maybe my formatting is a little bit more strict than some others. And really the big difference is that I'm asking for an abstract and a principle and the placement of a few other things. So I'm going to show you a really easy way to do a perfect APA lab report. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. So here I am in a clinical chemistry 1 lab section. I've got many sections, but if you open yours and you go to module 1, and then you open your lesson content here, you're going to see this sample APA chemistry lab report. Now this is in module 1 under lessons. I recommend that you save this on your computer. So if I open this up, you're going to see that it has a perfectly formatted APA lab in the way that I expect it to be. Okay, so let me give this a minute to open here. Here we have it. So you can see on the top we've got running head and the name of the lab and the page number on the right up in the header. Now this is formatted perfectly. All you need to do is type your information over the top. So for example, if this week we were to have done a BUN lab, you could call it BUN. The page number is going to be perfectly formatted where it needs to be. Okay. Title of your lab report for this one, BUN. You put your first name and your last name. In my case, it'll be Rebecca Smith. I'll just put mine in there. And the author note is correct as well. All you need to do is change it to today's date. Okay. I'm going to change it to Chemistry 1, obviously, unless you are in Chemistry 2. And then you're going to put your name. So it looks like I'm submitting a paper to myself. All right. So if you're losing points for your title page, this is a great way to fix it. Okay. Everything is included on this page. Now, as we scroll down, you're going to see that the running head on the top is going to need to be updated on page 2, so then it'll fix all the rest of the pages. And the abstract is a short description of what you did. So for example, for the BUN lab or any spectrophotometric lab, it could say a BUN lab was performed on the spectrophotometer using patient samples and quality control. Okay, that would be just a quick, simple, that is what was done for the lab. The principle is what you find in the principal part of your package insert. You get those red and white Stan Bio package inserts or any other package insert that may come with, and the principle will be on there. Sometimes it gives you the chemical reaction that's going to happen within that reagent. This is a fantastic place to list all of that. In the BUN test, a urease reagent is used, which uses the following. We tested this spectrophotometrically at, 340 nanometers, yada, 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 yada. So those are the types of things that you go in the principle. How did that test work? And you would plug that in this portion here. So the abstract is short and sweet, principle is a little bit longer. Then I'm seeing a lot of people maybe have left all their materials out. I have a list of common materials here. You can take out the ones that you don't use. You can change the ones that you do. Okay, add some that you may have used. A lot of those are going to be on your package insert or on your lab report. Now, as we scroll down, you're going to add a quick procedure. Maybe you can use this chart if you want to say how much you added to each test tube. And then you're going to have to put your results. Usually we do a blank and a standard, normal control, abnormal control, and a patient type of unknown that you're going to fill this in. You can fill this in, or what you can do is go to your lab report, and I'm actually going to open a BUN one here, since we're going to refer to it anyways. It's taking a minute to open. But you can actually copy and paste that chart out of there. Oh, it's taking a while here. We'll refer back to that. So you can copy and paste the chart out of your lab. Just copy and paste it. You can delete this one by clicking here and just hitting delete. Actually, you might need to actually click delete the table. Then you can copy, see if that opened yet. It didn't yet. You can copy and paste your other chart right in here if you want. The next portion that I really want to see is the results, calculations, and discussion portion. Now, some of you will find that your quality control did not work. Maybe your results are 100 times what the person next to you had. That is great in the sense that you're going to learn from that. You're going to talk to your lab instructor, have that conversation with your fellow students. Why didn't this lab work? Was the QC expired? Was the reagent expired? Did you use the wrong pipette, the wrong amount of reagent? Did you use the wrong amount of patient? Did you put too much QC, not enough QC? Did you not incubate it long enough? Did you incubate it too long? Did it take you too long to do the test? There's all different types of variables that could cause the results to be erroneous, and we're here to learn about those things. I encourage you to screw up as much as possible while you're here so you learn from it before you head out in the real world. This is where you want to add that. A lot of times I see students have QC that did not work. They don't even discuss it here. If you discuss it here, this is where I want to hear about it. If your QC was completely cattywampus and you talk about it under the results and you tell me why you think it may have happened, fantastic, you're going to get all of your points, okay? All right, so the next part here, critical thinking questions, those you're going to get, and I'll see if, oh, my papers never did open. You can copy and paste those out of your lab report, okay? So copy, paste them here, and then you can put your answers in. The next part is the references. The references need to go on their own page, so I'll plop those down here. And with those, these are formatted correctly for you. References should be on the top in the middle. Should all be size 12 times New Roman, double spaced, okay? The book is here for you. If you use the book, there's your reference. If you used one of the Stan Bio Laboratory package inserts, the red and white ones, they may be black and white by the time your teacher makes a copy, you can use this as well. You just need to update it to say, you know, BUN in this case, okay? So once you take those pieces and you plop them into my sample report, everything is going to be perfect and you will lose no points for APA. 5 points or APA, it's not much. So if you just copy and paste it in here, you'll get those automatic 5 points. Sometimes you may lose a point or two for various things, but this will guarantee perfect APA points. If you have any questions, or even if you want to go back and resubmit a lab report from weeks, let's see, we started in week 2, from weeks 2 or 3 or 4. If you lost a couple points, if you want to try and do it again and hand it back in to get those points back, I will accept lab reports for modules 2, 3, and 4 with some edits on the APA. I will not accept edits for the critical thinking questions, but certainly go back and resubmit to see if your APA is correct. If it looks just like this, you're going to be good to go. All right, well, that's all that I have for those. If you have any further questions, certainly email me. Thanks.